Something is already living inside you. Not metaphorically, literally. Right now, as you read this, there are fungal spores in your lungs, on your skin, in the soil under every step you take outside. Most of them are doing nothing. Most of them are waiting. And a small number of them, in the right host, in the right conditions, do something that should not be biologically possible. They reach into the nervous system of another living creature and rewrite its behavior. Not influence it, not irritate it. Rewrite it. Turn it into something that serves the fungus and only the fungus until there is nothing left to use. This is not science fiction. This has been documented across hundreds of species. It is happening right now in every forest on Earth.
Start with the one you've heard of, Ophiocordyceps unilateralis, the zombie ant fungus. A carpenter ant in a tropical forest makes a navigational error, steps into a zone of fungal spores, and inhales. The infection takes hold quietly. For days, nothing visible changes. The ant works, eats, follows the colony's chemical signals. And then, at a specific point in the infection cycle, it stops following them. It leaves the trail. It climbs, not randomly, not erratically, with precision. It ascends to a height of exactly 25 centimeters above the forest floor, a height researchers have measured repeatedly across different forests, different ant populations, different continents. Always the same height. It finds a leaf vein on the north side of a plant, clamps its mandibles into the tissue with a bite force it has never used before and could not produce before the infection, and it dies. The fungus then erupts from the back of its head and releases spores directly onto the trail below, where other ants will walk.
The fungus did not just kill the ant. It used the ant's legs, the ant's muscles, the ant's navigation system, and the ant's body as a delivery mechanism. And it knew, if that word means anything here, exactly where to aim. Researchers at Penn State spent years trying to understand how. What they found stopped them. The fungus does not enter the ant's brain. It surrounds the muscle fibers throughout the body, infiltrating the tissue that moves the legs, the jaw, the neck. It produces compounds that interact directly with the muscle cells, bypassing the nervous system almost entirely. The ant's brain may still be functionally intact when the mandibles lock into the leaf. The ant may experience, in whatever way an ant experiences anything, what is happening to it. It simply cannot stop it. The behavior is not approximate. It is not close. The height is consistent to within centimeters. The compass direction is consistent. The timing, the bite, the death, all of it runs on a program the fungus wrote inside a body that was not built to run it.
But Ophiocordyceps is only the version we talk about because it photographs well. The actual catalog is larger and stranger than most people know. Entomophthora muscae targets houseflies. An infected fly dies at height, clamped to a surface, positioned with its abdomen elevated and its wings spread outward. The posture maximizes spore dispersal. It also, researchers discovered, produces a chemical signal that attracts healthy male flies specifically. Male flies approach the dead female, attempt to mate with the corpse, and leave carrying spores. The fungus repurposed the fly's mating behavior and kept running it after the fly was dead. Mossospora cicadina infects periodical cicadas. The infection replaces the cicada's abdomen with a mass of fungal tissue. The cicada continues moving, flying, attempting to mate, with no abdomen. The missing abdomen means it cannot reproduce, but it still attempts to, still follows the mating flight patterns, still makes contact with other cicadas. And the fungal mass where its abdomen was sheds spores at every contact point. The cicada is functionally a spore distribution vehicle that still thinks it has somewhere to be.
Researchers analyzing Massospora found something that reframed the entire category. The fungus produces psilocybin, the same compound found in psychedelic mushrooms, at concentrations detectable in the cicada's tissue. Whether this is coincidental biochemistry, or whether the psilocybin plays a functional role in suppressing whatever the cicada's equivalent of distress is while its body is replaced, nobody has settled yet. The data is recent. The implications are not finished. Now, here is the part of this story that closes the distance between the ant in the rainforest and the person reading this.
Fungi do not only colonize insects. Fungi colonize mammals. The same basic mechanism, spores, tissue infiltration, chemical interference with neural and muscular systems, operates across a much wider range of hosts than most people are aware of. Toxoplasma gondii is not a fungus, it is a parasite, but it uses an identical behavioral modification strategy. It infects rats, travels to the brain, and specifically reduces fear of cat urine, while leaving all other fear responses intact. The infected rat no longer avoids cats. It approaches them. It gets eaten. The parasite, which can only sexually reproduce inside a cat's gut, completes its cycle. An estimated 1/3 of all humans currently carry toxoplasma. Studies have found correlations between infection and specific shifts in risk tolerance, reaction time, and in some populations, statistically significant changes in personality measures. The data is contested. The mechanism is not. Something living inside a host's brain can change what that host does without the host knowing it is being changed. Cordyceps fungi have been identified in mammalian tissue samples, not completing their cycle, not yet producing the behavioral cascade. Present, waiting, for conditions that, in the species studied, have not yet arrived.
The forest is running this system at scale right now. Every dead insect clamped to a plant stem at a precise height. Every fly positioned on a surface with wings spread. Every cicada still flying with no abdomen. All of it is infrastructure. The fungus is not a predator hunting for food. It is a network using available hardware to reproduce, and the hardware includes anything with muscles and a nervous system that can be reached. The researchers who study this most carefully use language that is precise for a reason. They do not say the fungus thinks. They say the fungus produces outcomes that would require thinking if a human produced them. The distinction matters, and it also, the longer you sit with it, begins to matter less. You have fungi on your skin right now, in your gut, in the air moving through your lungs as you read this. The species that modify behavior are specialized. The probability that any of them are running a program inside you is low. The researchers are clear on that. What they are less clear on is where the boundary is, what conditions would need to change, what the catalog of behavioral modification across species looks like when it is finally complete. The ant walked onto the leaf did not know the height was wrong until it was already climbing.